Yeah, I think a big issue that came up last year was being able to pressure the quarterback. But I think we've taken the steps throughout spring ball and early in summer so far of kind of what we need to do to take the right steps to be able to get to the quarterback a lot.
Who are some of the players you watched growing up and you watch now?
Yeah, growing up big, Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly, those were kind of the main two that I kind of idolized growing up and wanted to be so much like them. Now, as I've kind of grown in college, some linebackers I watch now are Fred Warner. Um, it's another good one. Patrick Queen a lot. Matt Milano, Zach Bond. I've watched a lot of those guys film breakdown recently.
When you speak to people now about the Spartans, the 2025 edition, what do you like to tell them? Make sure they know that these particular things about the team.
Yeah, we're going to be physical and we're going to play with elite detail and execution. And it's going to be a fun ride this year, so we hope to see you there.
Do you feel more optimistic about the defense this year or why?
Yeah, I would say so. Just given where we're at now compared to where we were at this time last year, we've had a lot of players take a lot of growth, including myself, whether that be schematically or in the weight room. The whole defense as a whole has had a lot of growth, and so I mean you have no choice but to be hopeful about what this season may hold coming up.
I heard an offensive assistant, maybe Keith Bonifaz, saying that he saw you playing this spring with more quickness and just a different level than he had seen before. Would you agree with that? Could you feel yourself playing differently this spring?
Yeah, I think I probably had my best spring or fall camp uh, coming off of last spring. I felt pretty fluent and had a good understanding of the defense, which allows me to kind of play a little bit faster, anticipate things a little bit more. But not going to get complacent in that, and looking in the fall camp, kind of grow off of that and see how much better I can get before the season comes along.
I think you may have said that you reduced your body weight, or what was it that you reduced?
I think I had,
Lean?
yeah, I think I had it down to like 12.9% body fat. I've got that down from the last time we spoke, I think to like 11, or sorry, 12.1 or something like that. So
Last fall as well.
somewhere in the 13 range. I don't have the exact, but in the 13s, yeah.
You feel quicker with that? How does that translate to the field? Does it translate to the field?
Yeah. I mean, I feel a little quicker, but what I've lost in body fat, I've gained in muscle. So it's not like a drastic change, although I feel so much faster. It's just that weight kind of being distributed differently. I mean, it's been great, and it's not just me running it. And when I say running it lightly, it's really just a conversation about the gospel and what Jesus has to offer for everybody. And so, the me, Quindarius, and Grady, we kind of really we just host it. It'd be at my house or Grady's house or Q's house, but we're just having conversations and letting the Holy Spirit kind of flow through those rooms that we're having. But yeah.
I feel like as a sport, football lends itself to more guys who are open minded, like you talking about that, just with the violence and the contact. It feels like that's more common.
Yeah, I think as Christians, we're called to be disciples and make people aware of the gift of Christ, and given the platform that college football gives us players, it would be a disservice to not use that platform to spread the gospel to somebody who might not ever hear the gospel.
I see you smiling about it. It seems like something you guys really are passionate about. Grady with spring camp was talking about it a lot too.
Yeah, I mean it's great seeing the Holy Spirit flow through our team and just the leap that it's taken in college football, because it's discouraging when you know that there's people out there that are in places where they'll never hear the gospel. But it's on the contrary to that, it's encouraging to know that I have a platform where I can spread the gospel to people.
Do you feel like, more on the football side of things, do you feel like there's I guess more pressure on you guys to succeed this season? Obviously, Jonathan Smith's second season, there's a lot of returners. Like, do you feel like there's more pressure on you guys to succeed?
I don't know. I mean, maybe outside in, it might be looked at as pressure, but I mean, we don't see it as pressure. Like, it's not like any. I doubt they're talking about, Coach Smith, you're on the hot seat this year. Like, You know, it was his first year last year with 61 new guys. I mean, there's only one person or one team last year that was able to do that and have a successful season. But it's a difficult job to do in the landscape of college football, to take a brand new team with 60 new players and be successful. So I think looking into year two, I mean, we don't feel any pressure. We know where we want to go. There might be some eternal pressure to achieve the things that we want to achieve, but not from no outside pressure, I think, is influencing our team at all.
Do you feel like maybe I don't want to call it impatience because it comes from a sincere place, but some of that external talk about pressure. Like, do you feel like that's become more common in this space where there's NIL and now there's revenue sharing and there's a lot more financial investments in the sport? Do you feel like that's increased it maybe, or the perception?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is more of a perception thing, especially outside looking in, about how revenue sharing and NIL, where is this going, who is it going to, what are the benefits of it, who is it benefiting. It kind of maybe outside looking in increases that pressure. Like if you have a star player who is, you can tell that they're reaping the benefits of NIL, but they're not producing in that kind of way. But the whole NIL landscape, I mean, it doesn't really build any pressure for us. I mean, I've reaped the benefits of NIL, and I don't feel any pressure at all. And so I doubt that the team does, or the university or the program does.
Do you feel a difference in the program this summer compared to last year? You guys last year were going through a transition, different coach, going into a season with maybe a few more unknowns than this year. Is it different around the building, or different for you internally going into year two with a little more familiarity, bring more confidence for you? What's the difference? Is there a difference this summer?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a difference. I definitely feel more confident in my role and in my position. And I think as a team, we kind of all feel that way. Like I said, last year we had 61 new guys, which, those early spring days, early winter days, you might walk through the hallway and might see a guy you've never seen before. And that's when, you go introduce yourself. But it takes some time to kind of grow that trust and relationship with one another. But this year, I mean, Coach Smith and I think us as players also were able to retain a lot of guys, which builds that trust with one another that's already instilled in the program. And so that makes us hopeful for the season coming up, how we're not having to take a step back and have regained trust with one another. We're already there looking into the season.
Still a lot of new guys, though. There are still.
Yeah, there has been a lot of transition, but I think the base of the foundation with the program is still there, with welcoming guys that are best fit to play for the program.
Do you know what that number is this year? How many new guys?
No, not exactly, not off the top of my head. No.
What's it like playing for Coach Smith, and is he somebody you look up to?
Yeah, I mean, anybody kind of in that head leadership role has to be somebody that you have to look up to and respect. But honestly, if he didn't have that title, that's still a man that I would look up to and respect, of how he is organized, how he prioritizes his family, how he prioritizes us as not only football players, but just student athletes in college. So it's definitely a man I look up to and try to achieve some of the things that he's achieved.
Jordan, your role changed a little bit last year. You kind of had to wait your turn again. How'd you get through that? What was that like?
Yeah, it was kind of a tough transition for me, coming off of I'd like to think it was a pretty good freshman year. So it was a tough pill to swallow when Coach Rossi came in and brought in JT Jordan Turner from Wisconsin. I kind of not a slap in the face and a bow. It was like, man, I really thought that this was going to be like my jump year, where we got a new staff, new start. It was kind of going to be my defense. But after sitting down with Coach Rossi, he was very upfront, honest. I like to think me and him have a pretty good relationship. And he told me, there's a lot of things in your game that need to be improvement. I think that you can be a really good linebacker, but I think that there are some areas in your game that need to be improved to get to where you want to go. And so I trusted him in that process. It's not like I didn't play at all last year, and I think with the opportunities that I had, I made the best of them. But I'm looking forward to this year. I think I've grown a lot through the course of winter workouts and spring and summer training to kind of step into that leadership role of running the defense.
You've always had pretty good motivation, work ethic, and so forth. But did that bite
Yeah, I would think so because I mean my motivation doesn't come from my status, but comes from God. So, you know, even last year I would have been just as motivated if I would have started all 12 games, or if I wouldn't have started any games. If I would have had an injury, I still would have been motivated to get back healthy. So, you know, my motivation doesn't alter between, you know, my status. It's dependent on God.
You put into work your hunger to get the defense and the team get some traction toward wins and so forth, and get over the hump. Can you put into words where the hunger is right now for you and the team?
Yeah. I mean, we're all hungry for a successful season and a winning season. But if you kind of start with that in mind, it's hard to achieve those things. Of course, that's one of the goals that we have for the season is to, you know, be playing in those November, December, January months and be playing good football in those months. But if you harp on those things right now in the middle of July, you'll never be able to focus on your opponent weeks 1 through 10. You know, so we have that goal in the back of our mind, but there's hundreds of other goals that are going to lead us to that end goal. So that's kind of where we're focused on right now, taking that 1 week, 1 game at a time.
How do you lead this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with having just a good relationship with people and maybe talking to some people that you probably wouldn't expect me to talk to. Right now, I'm living with another linebacker, Sam Edwards. His 5th year. If you were to see me and Sam walking beside each other in the street, you would probably question, you know, how do those guys know each other? But those are the kind of relationships that, as a leader, you need to have to be able to talk to different people and relate to people more, to know how to address them when things happen.